Long time no see, or maybe not too long for you, but long time for me. My life is changing, of course, and now I am routed to, I don't know, I'm being routed to a new area of my life, and I wanted to share with you guys because, you know, I'm out here with my dogs, by the way. They need to get the fresh air. I need to get the fresh air. So if you do hear them barking at people passing by and stuff, please disregard it. They're dogs. They're going to do them. So if you are a vet, if you've been with me since day one, or if you've been around for a while, then you're familiar with me here. My name is Ivy. The name of the YouTube channel has probably changed a lot since you last visited, but still the same me, still the same intention, just a different name because I'm forever changing. And this time I'm coming to you from the face of the archives. Now, if you are watching this video, if you're like following along my life, you know, and not just the things that the knowledge that and the wisdom that I have, you know, the channel and pass through to you, but if you're also following my experience, then hopefully you see my previous video. I have a really hard time with uploading stuff on time, so I probably uploaded it like weeks after I actually experienced it and recorded it, because I had to make sure that this is something that I wanted to share. I'm a very private person, and also when it comes to uploading to YouTube, I have to have the capacity to actually engage and share with people, and I have to have the capacity, and I have to have the ability, the time, you know, to actually show up. So because I had my previous job, I didn't really have any of that. But I'm coming to you now with an update, another update. If you watched that previous one, then you would know that I was struggling a lot. And I had a really hard time, especially after the passing of my mom, with actually just accepting that that was my job, that that was my life. And it got to a point where I was having emotional breakdowns, just completely pouring out and not able to stop. Like, it was like really serious, like a unstoppable, uncontrollable sob that would like just rip through my body at times, where I was in extreme distress and I didn't have the capacity to show up, you know. So that was what that video was about. Well, that's what, you know, I was experiencing in that video. I had to record it and talk about it in real time. But now I'm past that, and I actually have another update if you're interested. Where do I start? Well, I do have my notes because I'm pretty sure that I'm on some spectrum of attention deficit. So I keep a journal. I keep a thick notebook of all the things that I want to talk about on YouTube, and I script myself. So if you see me looking down at my book, it's because I forgot what I was going to say, what I was thinking about, or what I wanted to cover in this video. And I'm just checking it. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I just saw a fucking cardinal. Bright red robin yum. Since I took that personal leave to try to get my shit together, I came back and I was fine. I was totally okay. Well, I wasn't totally okay. I was having a high. I was like, you know, like I was on like a high type of, you know, level. I was doing very well at work. I was excelling, and then like it hit me again. Like a few weeks later, it was just like bam, burnout, bam. Like, this is not where you belong. Like, this is like I didn't feel good. There are always signs, you know, around you, within you, showing you whether you should be where you're at. And I'm pretty sure uncontrollable crying at your desk, unprovoked, is definitely a sign. And it was a while of me just trying to, you know, I just got to make it to this long. I just got to make it to this long. I just got to make it to this long. When I look back, I had to do what I had to do, and timing is everything. It wasn't the time then. You know, it wasn't the time then. And I was like, I need a full check. Like, I can't just go out here not getting full checks, you know. I am gonna do my best. I'm gonna push myself, you know. And I did. And I realized it took a lot, you know. It took a lot out of me. Eventually, as I carried on trying to do my best, I did catch a video from Jess, and it was, you know, a message that she channeled, and it mentioned, you know, going back to spirit. It, like, that video reminded me that yes, I did make a promise to just spend more time, specifically devoted, or just, you know, just to be there, because it's like my relationship with spirit is not religious. You know, my relationship with spirit, soul, the sun, my relationship with them is not professional. You know, it's very personal, and it's very casual. So we are friends. I am friends with my soul. I am friends with the, you know, spirit and the collective. So when I have that relationship with them, we talk. We talk about everything, and I sit and I listen. Once I started to listen, because y'all, I'm an Aries. If you have an Aries in your life, an Aries sun in your life, you will know that they're hard-headed, and I'm very hard-headed. Where Aries is in your chart, you are hard-headed, and you are an initiator, and you are very headstrong. Like my sun sign is in Aries, and everything that has to do with like just who I am and, you know, who I want to be, I'm a go for it, you know. And I'm really quick. I'm impatient. I jump the gun, you know. And I've done a lot of things that were like really impulsive, really, you know, just jumping the gun, and failed. I failed a lot, and I'm not ashamed to say that, because, you know, why would I be ashamed to fail? Failing made me realize that what I was trying to do wasn't for me to do, and that everything isn't for me. If I didn't fail, I wouldn't have known that. You know, if I didn't fail sometimes, then I wouldn't understand the balance in life, and I wouldn't be able to go for what I'm going for now. So I don't give up. Long story short, when they told me, you know what, when Jess said, you made a promise, I was like, you're right, I did, and I haven't been keeping through with it. And as soon as I started, you know, going back and, you know, just talking and communicating out loud and just taking time to be quiet and to sit with spirit, it was so magnificent. Oh, is that another dragonfly? I did a video this morning because it was a situation, and it was, once again, I was in the middle of everything, and I saw all these dragonflies playing around in our front yard, just like playing tag, chasing each other around. And I'm gonna insert, damn, did I delete that video? I might have deleted it, but if I can recover it, I will recover it and place the clip of it somewhere around here. There's so many dragonflies. Okay, and you know what dragonflies symbolize? Dragonflies symbolize change and adaptability. Dragonflies symbolize precision, intellect. They symbolize, what else? Because the King of Swords comes to mind. The King of Swords in tarot. And if you're not familiar, you can look it up, but look at dragonfly symbolism and you'll understand one of the many attributes of the King of Swords as well. If you're familiar with tarot and that's something that you're interested in, pay attention to like spirit animals and insects and things, because that's a sign too. But moving forward, eventually I started working from home, because I was like, I don't want to drive my car. My car, like I mentioned before in my previous video, was having some issues. I didn't want to work from home, but I decided to. The first couple of days working from home was awesome, but then it hit me again. And that type of stress, that type of just overwhelm, you can't just overcome it. It's not something that you're like, no, I'm not going to let this you know, overpower me. I'm going to power through work. I'm going to focus on work. My attention doesn't work like that. My emotions don't work like that, and I can't really not focus on my emotions when like it's in my body. I'm not a mental person. I mean, like, I'm very mental, I'm very analytical, I'm very logical, but what I'm supposed to follow, the tool that I was given to feel my way and understand life, was my body. And I have to listen and respond and you know, acknowledge what my body is trying to tell me. So when I'm sitting here breaking down, you know, right as I have to clock in, and I'm sitting here like really dreading it, I have to think like, bro, what the fuck? Like, what the heck? So I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try, and if I just can't do it, I have sick time. I have plenty of sick time. I took it, and then I spent all that time conversing with soul, and I just spent so much time. I was like, you know what, no, we're going to be sober, we're going to do our best to communicate, we're not going to do the absolute worst. You know, like, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to try my best to communicate with spirit and understand my needs in this moment. And honestly, it sparked a really deep conversation, because listen, I'm a master magician. I can make something into anything. Look at little Kumi. Kumi. I can bend reality to fit anything, you know. And so while the position that I worked wasn't the best, there was nothing really wrong with it. It's really simple, you know, but it got to be overwhelming for me. And at that point, I really couldn't, I couldn't afford to spend that energy there anymore. And I realized that because I was feeling the way that I felt, it was just that pressure being applied in that part of my life, telling me like, hey, you're not supposed to be here. There was nothing wrong with the company, nothing wrong with the job. In fact, I love them and I appreciate them so much, and I want to be more like them. I want to approach you guys how, like, with the same integrity, with the same love, you know, of course, because it was a lot there it was a lot of support there, you know, that I really needed when I got it. And I'm so grateful to have had it. And especially throughout, you know, the time of my mom's passing, it was really, really tough to get through all of that. And they really held my hand throughout the entire process and equipped me with the proper resources that could help me out. And that was a lot, you know, it was a lot. You know, after a while, it is time to move on. We are brought to certain places for certain reasons. We're put in certain situations for certain reasons, and everything. Like, although I wasn't, you know, constantly communicating to Soul, I did, you know, express how grateful I was, although I hated it. I did express how appreciative I was, you know, and I kept that open dialogue. I didn't like not talk. It was just something that I wasn't as devoted to in my heart, you know. Like, it's like, yeah, like, well, I'm not gonna say I wasn't as devoted, okay? But communicating with spirit wasn't taking the front seat, you know. It wasn't even taking the back seat. It wasn't in the car. I left them at home. Like, but then, like, once I started riding with them in the passenger seat and actually, like, listening to them, like, my GPS, it was like, you know, so much shit started to pop off. In fact, one day when I was leaving from work, it was gonna be, I didn't know it was gonna rain, but I felt drawn to take a different way home. I called my grandpa. He told me that it was raining up his end, and I was like, oh, well, it's not raining out here, but I'm prepared for the rain now. And then as soon as I got off the phone with him and I turned the corner, oh my God, I saw these two ginormous, very extremely vibrant double rainbows, sis. And it was rainbows off into the distance. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God. If there was a sign, I don't know what it was a sign to. I don't know if it was a sign to them being there for me, listening to me, knowing that I'm not just out here shooting in the dark, but knowing it just confirmed for me that I was with Soul. Like, that's a part of me, you know. So from then on, I was like, you can't tell me shit. Like, nobody can tell me anything about anything. It's just me and Soul, you know. So from that point, from that perspective, everything started to pretty much fall into place. I would have more conversations, and I was not talking way more than about just this job, but, you know, about everything. And I learned so much, and I'm gonna be sharing that wisdom here with you guys on our channel as well. So stay tuned. You know, shameless plug in the middle of the video. If you want to learn more about the conversations that I have with spirit, and you want to know what I learned, I will be sharing a whole lot more that I channel and everything on this channel soon, like very soon, like this month, like no cap. But I'll get more into that after I finish telling you guys about what's going on. The lightning started striking while I saw the rainbows. That was super awesome. But after all of that stuff settled and I still had to go to work, it was like a lot. It was a lot. So I gave it up. I surrendered. I said, you know what? I give more than just my future to you. I give this job to you. I give all of my future careers to you, Divine. I give my romantic life to you. I give it all, because it's at this point, well, not at all. I don't give it all. Not that. I wasn't, you know, because not everything. But the things that I just cannot, the things that it hurts to hold on to, I release. And anything causing energy leaks, you let go of it. You don't want to know what an energy leak is, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before. I don't know where else I've mentioned this. I'm pretty sure I talk about energy leaks a lot. I channeled a whole thing on it a little while ago, and it's funny. I listened to the podcast from the 12th house, and it started out with feeling scarcity, and basically, like, you know, just some things, some tools to ponder. And she mentioned energy leaks, and I thought it was so interesting. And she said that energy leaks works kind of like when you have things that are plugged in into your wall sockets at home, but you're not using them. So they're just taking up energy, but they're not being used. You know, it's very much like that within our bodies, with the things that we leave the doors open to that we don't ever pursue. You know, like for me, I leave the doors open to a lot of things. I'm like, I can do all of this, but it's like, no, I can't. I can't do all of this with the same intensity, with the same intention, because I need to focus, and I don't have that. Like I told you before, like I'm pretty sure I'm on the attention deficit spectrum. I can't do all that at once. I need to focus my energy and attention so that there are no energy leaks, so that it can fruit, you know, this thing, whatever I choose to focus on. So I mean, I went through this whole thing yesterday with Spirit, just closing out energy leaks. I'm like, you know what, this is not what I'm gonna focus on. This is not what I'm gonna fuck with. This is not gonna be it. Not the cat. I'm weak. There was a cat that just came around minding his own business, and then I'm like, this is not your house. This is not your house. And they were like, oh, Kumar, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, I was talking about energy leaks and how I did an exercise working with Soul to identify all the places where energy was leaking, but not being used, or you know, and those things aren't using the energy. It's just, you know, getting directed out there, just pushed out into that hole. Well, I had to do an exercise with Soul to like kind of just like get rid of those things, I guess, or just close the door on those things, at least for now. It's not forever, nothing's forever, but it's like I can always open the door again. It's not like it's locked, you know. And if it is locked, I have the key. Like, come on, fly. Insects are really like on one with me right now, today, yesterday, always. And focusing on what I want. It's not just about what you want, it's about what works. So when trying to create things and you're trying to like bring something into fruition, you want to make something real, you have to follow what works. And I would get so frustrated with Soul, because I'm like, you know what always works? This damn job. This job works. So I was like, after Soul told me to stop complaining and start observing and start paying attention, I realized that the job didn't work, and that it actually wasn't for me. And because I felt this way, it meant it didn't work. Then I started to think about what did work. And you want to know what did work for me? And it didn't work a lot, but it did work a little. And I'm going to mention this just because you will want to know about it when it's coming up. So it was the classes, the schools. I'm a teacher, I'm an educator, I'm a learner, and that's just where I thrive, you know, learning and giving information, sharing information. And I learned a fuck ton from Soul and Spirit, and it's just something that, you know, they're like, you know what, if you want to talk about something, talk about this. If you want to learn something, learn this. If you want to teach something, teach this. You know, don't, like, I wanted to teach tarot for a really long time. I think I had one student. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. I miss you. I miss you. I do not want to hit you up from a random number, but I do miss you, and I do want to know where you are now and how things are working out. Shout out to you if you see this. I do not name names if I don't feel like it's safe. But I think I had like one student, and I like work with my besties on like reading cards and stuff, like giving readings. I work with them. But nowadays it's like once I start succeeding more when I don't charge for it, that's how I know that it's not the thing that's for me to like live off of, you know. Like giving tarot readings, that didn't work. Giving readings did not work. It did not work for me at all. I gave free readings all day long, and actually that worked a lot. A lot of people were reaching out to me, but it's like, it wasn't that they didn't want to pay me, because they paid me in tips. The reading was free, they paid me in tips, and it was really good tips, but it wasn't like a something that I could, you know, just really capitalize on. And that was because it wasn't in my destiny. And not everything is in your destiny. I can explain further on that later on. If you guys want me to really dig into shit, because I can dig into shit, I can break shit down. I love to dissect things. If you want me to get into it further, then I can. But pretty much that's everything that I did. I did like search really deep into the energy leaks, and I plucked all of them out. I closed all the doors. People too, you don't just do the thing like close off the energy to the things that you think is what's gonna, you know, but it was also people that I left, you know, leave the options to, like hobbies that I'm wanted, that, you know, I'll allow people to convince me to turn into a career, you know, those type of things. I closed the door on all of that because it's not what I want, and I had to be honest. I had to be straight up. It's like, none of this shit is what I want. None of this shit works either. None of this shit works, and if it works, it's for a little bit, and it's because of my intention, and it's because of my energy, because I'm a powerful manifester, but I'm a motherfucker, and that shit did not work out. Like, charm magic doesn't work for long. But anyway, I don't want to go on too many tangents. I want to go ahead and just get to the point here. So I focused on what worked and what I wanted, and I got the result of, you know, sharing and teaching and also educating myself further, and all of that would just benefit me and you guys. And I was like, well, where do I start? And they said, with YouTube. So happy Leo season, guys. I will be back with much more content. I really do appreciate you being here and listening and just chilling with me. Please, you know, feel free to subscribe if you are into, you know, me learning about my life and what I'm going through. If you want to, like, you know, track your own, you know, trajectory into what you're manifesting, if you want something big for yourself like I do, and you know that it's something out there for you like I do, but you know damn well that you're not doing the right thing to get there like I do, then really do, like, stay tuned, keep in touch, you know, follow me on Instagram. I have my Instagram links in the description box, I'm sure, but it's best to just go from my website. Go from my website. My website is ivysenim.com, ivysenim.com. Stay on the lookout for the class. It's not going to be starting anytime soon, but I will be dropping jewels and gems, because I will be actively channeling from soul and spirit, and I will be actively sharing this info to you guys. I really hope that you enjoy me. I really hope that you enjoy my energy. I hope that you enjoy my vibes. In fact, give this world positive energy is the shirt that I have on today. I have my malas. If you're curious about my beads here, hit me up because I made them. It's a rosary set. I made 3. I made 1 for my mom and 2 for me. So I have pretty good practice making them. If you want one, just hit me up and we can arrange something. But other than that, I feel like that's everything. The biggest takeaway that you should get from this video, though, is surrendering and taking heed to the signs, because they will be there. Like, when what you're doing is for you, you will know. Your intuition will not tell you otherwise. I had to learn what my intuition felt like in my body, because I was actually violating a lot. But after I figured out exactly what it felt like and what it meant to be following that, it was over for these hoes.